Hello everyone, Santir here, and welcome to my Guild Wars Reforged stream, as they keep calling it in the when they're talking about stuff. By they, I mean ArenaNet. It's very weird to me, because I'm so used to calling this game Guild Wars 1, so it's just very, very strange to me every single time, like, Colin, in particular, is the one I've been hearing, Colin Johansson, who has a bajillion NPCs named after him. But every time he's mentioning, oh, hey, Paint 2D. Wow, right at the very start of my stream. Excellent timing. But yeah, so I'm used to calling this game Guild Wars 1, but they keep calling it Guild Wars Reforged now, and it keeps throwing me for a loop a little bit. It feels a little bit wonky, but good to see ya. Also, it was announced in the middle of my last stream that Guild Wars 3 is happening. I'm not a speculator because I don't think speculating is personally helpful to me. There's just, like, we know a decent amount of things, but we also are limited in what we know. From what they've said, it sounds like Guild Wars 3 is going to be set before the gods leave Ara, before Abaddon's betrayal. So, you know, maybe we'll see a version of this guy who is not a villain. The guy that we're currently making our way towards. Which would be neat. And it sounds like it's around, unless there is some other god that they're talking about, which there's always a possibility of, but it sounds most likely, given what we've heard so far, that Guild Wars 3 is going to be set in or around or kind of near a time where Doom was deposed by Grenth, is what it sounds like. But, like, we just don't have a whole lot of information, and I personally am not somebody who's big on speculating into information gaps. I think you just set yourself up for potential disappointment when doing that, and I regret my choice of actions there that kept me from being able to interrupt that Aegis, but oh well. We have the power of Chillblains on my side, so it should be fine. But, like, it also sounds like, because they did the, there's a blog post as well as a video. The blog post was a little bit clear on certain details, but it sounds like from what Bobby Stein said in the video, that we're just starting, and the article and stuff, that we're starting an ore, but we're not necessarily, like, staying there or anything, but that's just a starting point, which makes sense. I also like what he's saying about having kind of a smaller scope in terms of, like, the stakes for the story. And I really appreciated too, like, one of the things that they said is part of the reason, like, it's an interesting time period to explore. But the other thing that they said that I think is, like, I really appreciate what their intention is with this, is they didn't want to set it as too much of a direct sequel to Guild Wars 2 because they still intend to make Guild Wars 2. And so they don't want to step on its toes for where that story might go. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. And a little bit smaller focus. Like, one of the things I actually really like about Guild Wars Prophecies is that your scope starts off very small. It's like, we are trying to protect our nation. That's where Guild Wars 1, Guild Wars Prophecies starts, is, like, we are trying to defend against the Char invasion, and then that goes sideways, and then we're just, like, trying to hold things together, and then Prince Rurik is like, screw this noise, let's save the people, let's get out of here, and everything splits, and so we're just trying to protect our people, and that just keeps being the motivation until, like, we head to the Crystal Desert, basically. And it's like, oh, this has escalated somewhat. No Mind Blast. I should get rid of this bleeding. But I'm looking forward to what sort of gameplay it is. It also sounds like they're going really, like, trying to make ore very dense, which is going to be really cool. This is something that I've actually thought about with Pokemon Z to A, Pokemon Legends Z to A. I really enjoyed that game is, like, contained to a city. I think of Assassin's Creed Revelation as well. It's been ages since I played that, but I actually kind of like the idea of a game that has a little bit narrower of a scope. It isn't trying to like be a world trotting. I like that as kind of like, and a more focused story and stuff like that sort of thing feels interesting to me. Just like where I'm at, I guess, in life or something. I'm not entirely sure. But I've been really liking a lot of things that they've been saying. I've been liking a lot of what Arena's been talking about. So, but I'm not gonna like speculate too much about gameplay. They've indicated skill collection and more action gameplay, and they've talked about looking at action RPGs. But you know, what exactly does that mean? I don't know. So, until they actually say, I don't want to like get an idea into my head. You know, I wanna wait for them to fill it in with actual information. So, but I'm not somebody who's very interested in speculation in general, because I'd rather not. I want to try to do what I can to reduce how much my own like assumptions affect things. And like I've got a ways to go on that. No quickenings offer. So I'm happy to talk though about things that they've officially announced because that's exciting. But it's also like long enough away. Like I understand why they had to talk about it when they did because of the gap they're taking from Guild Wars 2 expansions. And I love what their plan is. But someday I'll finish this quest for unlocking all skills and then yeah, I de-shotted Barrage. Now I feel like a champion. Man, how brutal is it to have your Barrage de-shotted? That just sounds awful. Okay. Hopefully Milani does a good job keeping battle scars in check. Because I would like to not have to deal with those too much. My plan, by the way, is once I've beaten... I'm still debating a little bit in my mind whether or not I want to... that was the wrong time to use. Whew, maybe not. Nearly 200 damage, Marauder shot. I'm still debating in my mind how much I want to go immediately and just like finish the Nightfall book. I might do that on this character. I'm just not going to go pick up those 102 gold coins because I walked too far from him. But my plan for my next character is definitely to hop onto my Mesmer and take her into Eye of the North and stuff. I want to go get Ineptitude, and I just keep finding myself wishing I had more Mesmer spells. So I'm going to spend time working on my Mesmer after I finish on this character. What I'm doing at the present moment. Okay, I just lucked into interrupting Aura of Restoration, which is kind of spicy. These Mesmers are no diversion. That's the real danger of the Mesmers. Is diversion is brutal. Okay, kill rest. Wow, I did not need to try to kill restoration that way. But like, oh man, there's just so many things we don't know about Guild Wars 3 that it's just impossible to talk about, like much of anything. We don't know if they're gonna have professions. If so, what professions? And yeah, Legendary Survivor is a heck of a thing to get. Have you been working on Guam? I mean, if you want, there's always the challenge run stuff. Like, I probably should update this to have new skill descriptions and such. But like, you can always run some of these build challenge things that I've done. Like, I was doing that for a while. I know somebody is setting up or trying to set up a bingo, a Guild Wars bingo, kind of like, I don't know, I've mostly seen it with like Elden Ring bingo is the one I'm most familiar with, but yeah, I have a character that's pretty close to Guam. The main thing that I need is the consumption titles and cartography, I think, which cartography is a heck of a challenge. It sounds like Toolbox has cartography assistant stuff built into it now. I might just look into that because I was having a heck of a time trying to get like text mod stuff set up. Like I wanted to try out UMod 44, I think it is, like one that people have generally had better luck with getting to work. So it's like I'm pretty close to Guam on one of my characters on my main account, but like it is quite the thing to go for. But yeah, that's the thing. Like, as much as I love Guild Wars 1, every now and then a break is good if you don't have a goal in mind. And like, honestly, I've been liking the I'm streaming it once a week sort of thing. Like, that frequency has been good. It's been like enough that I've been enjoying playing the game and not so much that I'm like, okay, but now what do I do? I am looking forward. I love that there's an Armageddon Lord here, by the way. I am looking forward to finishing my quest for unlocking all skills, though. And like, my plan after I do finish this quest to unlock all skills is I'm not going to worry about only playing this account on stream for one thing, but you know, I want to oh yeah, I use Marauder Shot, so I can't use that right now. I want to play Middle-earth Shadow of War because I want to stream through that game. I streamed through Shadow of Mordor like years ago now. I intended to get to Shadow of War, and then the computer that I had at the time, the graphics card in it died. So, needless to say, I didn't do that. And I just never got back to it, so I want to do that. Then I want to finally stream playing through Guild Wars 2 without the minimap. Because I feel like that would be an interesting challenge. Because, like, that game teaches you to navigate with the minimap, which I think is a problem. Because then you don't actually learn the maps exactly. So that seems like a fun challenge to try. Okay, Bowmaster. I'm going to poke you in the face. No. Man, trolling unit takes so long to apply. Okay, let's take these guys out. My biggest concern... do I have a big concern with these guys? Like, Eruption is really annoying, but I also have Antidote Signet, so it's not that big of a deal. I just need to move out of the way of it. I really probably should go and finish getting Guam. I'll do that on my own time, but I do need to move all of the, like, stuff for it that I've accumulated on this account over to my main account. And I do not like QZ. I do not like it, Sam I am. Where's the... Oh, we have a whole mess here. I don't like that. Hang on. Yeah, we need to back up. Okay. Zed, I need you to survive. Okay, I'm just gonna pull these guys over. If they don't camp this area, we're fine, but that Pain Titan might be sticking there because of the... I might have screwed myself, actually, because these guys might have spawn location set here. I definitely got in a little over my head, and the problem is right now Zed is my only resurrection source. And these guys might be camping. Yeah, if they camp this area, we're in big trouble. Let's see, there's Gwen. If they get away from Gwen and then we can get her up, that would be good. I'm not that far in, so like wiping isn't like the worst, but I definitely could tell, like I needed to abandon that encounter earlier. I could tell we were starting to get overwhelmed. The problem is these Madness Titans. I should not have killed that one Pain Titan, because now these Madness Titans are camping our corpses, which is pretty bad. I wonder if those two can take these Madness Titans, actually. If I turn this off of Zed right now, actually... I'm going to inch them a bit closer. I'm going to see if Zed can get that alive. Because I feel like, yeah, Eruption makes me think that Zed can take care of a Madness Titan. Obviously, the lack of BIP support is not ideal, but... Okay, I'm going to wait because they need their energy back before they can deal with that. Unfortunately, there's a QZ somewhere. They can definitely take this Madness Titan, but... I prefer they didn't try to res me in the middle of that, so I'm going to disable their res skills at the moment. Like, if I could sneak them over to the like, rest of the party past these guys, that would be great, but... I'm actually going to risk that biscuit. I don't know why I called it risking a biscuit, but here we are. Yeah, Olivia's reses are the best reses I've got going right now. Okay, I'm going to give them a moment to get their energy recovered. Yeah. Okay, that was vaguely a mistake, but we'll have to live with it. Hopefully. I think the QZ was overpressuring our energy, and that caused my lines to crumble. Okay, it looks like they should be able to come over to me and res me now. So this was a bad wipe, but not so bad that we can't recover from it, it would seem. Okay, well, they got me up quickly, which is nice, but... Okay. I want to take this Madness Titan out. It's obnoxious. But I also think I want to go around the direction that the Arm of Insanity is. Around this way, because I need to get that Quickening Zephyr taken care of. It's pressuring our energy way too much. Quickening Zephyr is extremely devious because it not only means you can use your skills more often, it means they cost more, and that combination is extremely dangerous. Actually, I think we just got caught up in a really bad spot, but... Okay, I don't want to rush it too much here. I know these portals can, like, infinitely spawn, I think, so I don't want to wait too long. Yeah, here comes another Arm of Insanity. Another Quickening Zephyr. Okay. Got that nonsense out of the way. Okay, good. Like, Zed should have a sustainable energy bar. Or bar in terms of energy, but... he doesn't if he's getting... Quickening Zephyr. It would seem, for whatever reason. Okay, this next part's going to be a little bit tough. You have to deal with Cheeto and the Lich being on your butt. This is actually a spot where having fall back incoming charge, one of those would be really useful. Lich definitely can hit you like a freaking truck. But if you have a move speed buff, you can break aggro here more easily. Oh, good. This one's actually a really good starting point. Just for me and Zed. I actually want to ignore Shido for now. Man, I do wish we had incoming. I wish, what's her face used it. Okay, I don't like Dunkoro being at, like, there. I wish Cormier used it, but used incoming. Okay, maybe we should take out Shido and come from... Okay, let's back up, people. Back up, back up. If Shido wants to pull around here and fight us, that's fine. These Eruption Shiro Tagachi. Okay. One problem dealt with. Probably the bigger problem frankly. I need to keep an eye out for whoever gets wanded. Like, he's not... He wands like a freaking truck, but he also, like, hangs out in the middle. And honestly, Shudo's the one that I'm most scared of. So having him down is what matters most to me. No Aegis. Okay, you don't get a Spellbreaker. Is it just this two? Looks like it. It looks like the Lich is fairly content to chill out there. We will need to run across, which is not ideal, but... Let's see. You can zoom in on that map, by the way, if you didn't know. I usually don't because it doesn't have the resolution to look good when you do that, but it does have the utility to work. Oh, yeah, up here. Okay. They know where we're going, even if I don't. I'm actually quite glad that the Lich is so uninterested in chasing us down, or at least is relatively uninterested. I'm gonna pull back over here. No, Milani took that like a champ. Well, I wanted to protect Norgu, but he's just gonna have to... No, Milani... have a Prot Spirit. Well... whatever. It's not like we needed them for this phase. It would have been nice, but not necessary. Okay, she can only Prot Spirit so much. Take that, Hunger of the Lich. Man. Lots of people are trying messages they shouldn't. Yeah, he went down pretty easily. Like I said, the Lich is not a threat. I mean, he wands like a truck, but... Okay, yes, whatever. A choice that only a mortal can make, etc., etc. I want the Lich's Flamberge. Guildur's one was my first encounter with this term, Flamberge. I thought it was so cool. It's kind of just an overly large, weird sword in some regards. I don't like huge swords, to be honest. Like, they work fine as a great sword in like Guild Wars 2 or whatever, but as a single-handed sword, I don't think they look great. But Artificer's Vitae. I'll have to check that one out. Vitae might be worth something in particular. Artificer's is almost certainly not, but anyway, nowadays I think of the sword from like Elden Ring Soul series that has bleed attached to it and such. Do I have... I do have Gaze of Fury. I can get Raza more easily on this character, which is spicy. Something I might do. Is there anything that I'd want to do different with this team we're going in? I think we're mostly fine. I could... I don't think I'll need Chillblains. And technically I should throw on Res Sigs instead of Res Chance, just because you get a bajillion morale boosts here, but I don't feel like doing that. I don't know. There's probably things I could do that would be useful, and I just do not feel like messing with figuring that out. Like, this team has really bad damage against Abaddon, is the thing. Maybe I will. Okay, hang on. I am going to reconfigure this a little bit. Okay, I want my healers, Olivia. Give me... yeah, I'm going to change a couple skills on her. And by a couple, I mean several. And by several, I mean most of them. I'm going to put on my, like... yeah, I'm going to go with this configuration. That seems good. Okay. Yeah, you're fine doing Boon Prot stuff. You're fine being that. I don't need those here. This many physical attackers means Order of Pain is orders of magnitude better. Do I have Mark of Fury? Yes. Mark of Fury is good with General Morgan Milani. Those two. Barbs is also like what this is all about. It does inflict cracked armor, so I probably don't need weakened armor on top of it. Maybe just like Blood Drinker. It's like fine. It's deeply mediocre. She can do barrage stuff. I don't know if this bar is any good. This, I think he conditions all right. Yeah, we'll roll with it. Most of this is fine, but I am going to give him Cautery Signet over that just because it's going to help. And then I think I'm fine with what she's doing as well. Okay. We're going to go with this more physically oriented team comp. Should be good. Here. Part of the problem with Abaddon, or more accurate, part of the problem with a lot of the Mesmer stuff is it is very... what's the word I want to use? It's very focused on reacting to what the enemy is doing, and Abaddon himself just sits there, so... it is best to not do that thing where he just sits there. Like, or it's better not have a passive bar when he's just sitting there, so... there's an argument for me having a little bit more of a damage-oriented build, but I'm honestly not sure what I want to put on anyway. Like, I could see Prepared Shot maybe being good, but Punishing Shot is fine. This team is also just a lot less weak to the day's spam in general, so... I will say apply poison is terrible against Graven monoliths. I just didn't feel like figuring out what I want to do differently on here. I need to remember to use Keen Arrow when I have go for the eyes on me. You also have to really make sure you're on top of killing those Claws of Torment, because if you're not, they will ruin you. Torment Slash deals a ton of damage if you're not careful. $122 damage hit, back. Okay, that hurt. I can't attack through that clumsiness or it'll kill me. Clumsiness spam is super good against us. That's not great, but here we are. We are getting a bajillion Torment Claw spawns, and I don't know what's up with that. Oh my goodness. It's like better to eat the clumsinesses so you can actually start getting attacks off again. Okay, Abaddon. Oh, we did a really good job. That's a lot of initial damage. This will probably be an easy 3 cycle if I had to guess. Yeah, we've cleared a lot of HP there. Well, I wanted to Expert's Focus, but somebody decided to spam Daze on me. By spam Daze on me, I mean knock me over. Yeah, I take that clumsiness. And these things are weirdly tanky. Yeah, enough punishing shots to punish Abaddon. Okay, well, we've seen this recently, I think. I think I let that play out. I certainly don't feel a need to rewatch it right now. I've seen it enough. Premiere, DFIs, all that good stuff. Do 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 do. Almost full. Hello, acolytes. Sosuke. Go grab Gorin here. Delicious water. Hydration is important, everyone. Was my monk that it was last brought through here? Nature. What bow was I? The horn bow, I think, maybe? That recurve is definitely good stuff, but is also like the exact same stats as this recurve that I have, so. I don't care about a bleeding shortbow. I don't know why I would care about a bleeding shortbow. I think the Forgotten Hornbow is the goods here. Definitely a good one. Okay. Good old primeval armor. No, I don't need primeval armor. I don't care that much. Like, it's fine. Okay. Let's leave. This portal is a lie. You actually have to talk to Voltus. Vladis. Excuse me. I removed an A from your name.
Ilona, land of the golden sun.
Yep. Sure is.
A land of wealth and bounty. A land of heroes. A land protected by its champions. A shadow fell upon this land once. The shadow of an ancient and forgotten darkness. Night fell, and the time of the 5 gods ended. Yet after every night comes a new dawn of a new day, and a time for new heroes. In Ilona,
The land of the golden sun. I like that they bookend it with that little, like, introduction to the area. I think that's neat. Okay. Step 1. I'm here, so I might as well go get Acolyte Susuke. Trade info. This must just be like a utility bot that collects information about trade things that people say. How many do they need, though? 4 districts worth? Oh my goodness. Okay. Gib. Goran requires talking to what's his face. Let's need to do Nundu Bay. Need to do Rylan Refuge. Nundu Bay is not a big deal to do. In that, like, I could have done it already if I wanted to. I need to talk to. Actually, I want to add Acolyte Sosuke to my party here so we can get the experience points from me turning this in. Also, you probably have some rank up skills. Thank you. There we go. Master of Whispers unlocked. Far more important than Acolyte Sosuke. Then I need to go up here, right? What do I need to do for Gain Goran? I need to do Chasing Zenmai, but yeah, I just need to talk to like Prince Book of the Magnificent. Morgan is expecting this hero panel to scroll, and it does not yet. Actually, no. Let's put Jen in. Master of Whispers obviously doesn't have a bar yet, and we'll worry about that later. I mean, I'm going to need to worry about it at some point in time soon here, but I don't need to worry about it just yet, is what I'm saying. Okay. I want incoming. I'm going to get that on my Necromancer, I think. Probably. Incoming is just good with minions, so... I mean, I can always come back to get stuff later on once I finish unlocking all skills, so... There's a degree of optimization that I'm doing, but there's also a degree of, like, it doesn't matter too much. Need to go get Raza. Raza would be a good pickup. Huh. Okay. I need to go back to the Chantry of Secrets, actually. I'm going to go to where Raza is. I need to go over here. Sosuke would be stupid to bring into that area where Raza is, but... Oh man, somebody got LDOA. Hello, Zero Truth. Bring me into the Gate of Anguish, please. No, not that one. I need... Piratus. I'm really trying to feel like... Greek inspired. Is that Upsilon? By Upsilon Rho Alpha. Tau Upsilon Sigma Sigma, maybe? Probably how they do it. I learned the lowercase Greek alphabet at one point in time. And like, I can't perfectly recite it anymore, but I recognize the characters. C is one that's easy to miss. It's not like I know many Greek words or anything. That, like, knowing an alphabet and having words to use with that alphabet are two very different things. Okay. So, okay, you are weak and therefore not welcome here. General Morgan, you can stick around, but I'm actually going to go ahead and bring Zed back in because I like his sort of defensive properties. Master of Whispers needs levels and stuff, but I'm going to give him 1 point of restoration magic and everybody's favorite flash of my flesh. You already have this? Yes, that would be redundant. Wow, yeah, I need to spend some time on my necro getting necro things. It's like there's skills that you could use that then end up being functionally redundant with each other. It's not a very good bar. I should probably consider ruining him up too. Sure. Not going to take that long. It's pretty easy to do. One of the big questions actually that I have about Guild Wars 3 is how it's going to handle the concept of guilds, because it sounds like they have a potential like story guild that you'd be part of. And so how's that going to interact with like player guilds? Yeah, Artificers is worth exactly as nothing as I thought. Vitae has enough value that it's worth salvaging it out. Okay, the rest of that's just merchant fodder as far as I'm concerned. Necromancer. Bloodstained is good. Minor blood. Minor death. Minor soul reaping. And I'm gonna need 90 more gold probably. Or super curses. Okay. Bloodstained boots of minor blood. Yeah, that's exactly what we want. We want super bloody boots. Okay. That'll make him more effective at least. A little bit more fragile, but decidedly more effective. Like, suffering actually dealing damage is good. I don't necessarily want him to exploit himself for that. We'll see how that goes. Right, and I need to bring... I'm just going to drop Antidote Signet for it and probably regret it, but Gaze of Fury will simplify this whole thing tremendously. I need to go over here. Hipershafos. I'm not sure why Upsilon tends to get transliterated as a Y, by the way. I think it's Upsilon. I don't know. Somebody who knows more about Greek. I know the letter's not necessarily 100% their pronunciations, so... Well, you know what we're going to do is we're going to pop this QZ right away. Stupid QZ. I 'Cause 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 ' No. Okay. Didn't survive whatever we did to it anyway. Ah. I am noticing a slight deficiency in our lack of Milani. Okay, hang on. Okay. Hang on. Acolyte Jin, you are no longer in the party. Milani, welcome back. It turns out Milani's stance break was kind of important. So I'm going to go back to that. That'll help protect our lines here. Order is probably less good on... Yeah. I'm going to leave Mark of Fury. I guess Order of Pain is fine. Okay. It's not like the best build, team comp, whatever, but hopefully that adjustment will make it better enough that we can actually conquer this area. Because the problem that we're running into is lightning reflexes on the dudes was making it impossible to hit them. Excuse me, Binding Guardian. How would you like to be a Spirit of Fury? Okay, yeah, this is definitely a we are aggroing way too many groups at once sort of feeling situation. What is an actual priority here? Shadow of Fear. Okay, we also have the issue of Quickening Zephyr to consider. Okay, we've been utterly wiped out. What is this? Okay. This team comp is apparently terrible, so I'm just gonna... Never mind any of that physical attacking malarkey. Let's just go this direction. Zed, you're fine. I definitely want to make sure I have a weakness source for you. Okay, we don't need Mark of Fury. We don't need Order of Pain. Let's just go back to the... Maybe I should do more blood magic-y things on her. Blood Bond even good here? Could make it good. I don't really want to. I don't think. Maybe I'll give her remove hacks, actually. Well of Ruin. Don't need Well of Ruin. Actually, you know what might not be a bad idea is running Soul Barbs on both of these. Because it's a single target spell, but it can hit like a truck with enough stuff flying around. I think I might make him /Ellie as well for Glyph of Lesser, his bar is really energy intensive. Okay, we'll see how this goes. This is a slight adjustment. That hopefully has a little bit better AoE damage. Truth be told, I wouldn't necessarily ordinarily run Master and Livia, but by running them both, it's a way to get experience on Master of Whispers while, I don't know, not conceding ground on other things that matter to me. Let me get this QZ out of here. Man, there is something about, like, once you get into Interrupt Brain going on, like, it takes a bit to get there, but once you do, it's like skills fill up a lot slower. This skill can replace any spirit, doesn't matter if it's allied or not, so it's very useful here. Herald of Nightmares is the one that I want to target first. Okay, this scythe needs to... I wonder... Zed doesn't have all of his attunements up, which is definitely a problem. Okay. Let me give a moment. Unfortunately, this disease is not easily cured. You can extinguish it, but... There we go. Looks like it's finished its course. No. I need to take care of the scythe. I think this Herald of Nightmares is actually more of a problem than the monks. Yeah, I definitely want a better skill for Norgu to be using. I think I might take Stone Daggers off of Zed. I think he's spending too much time spamming instead of using his more useful skills. Yeah, I can't prioritize skill usage very well, unfortunately. This thing is definitely our priority right now. Size of Chaos just do too much damage to our lines if they're not taken care of quickly. Yeah, of course there's a QZ up. Don't ask me where. I'd have to find it. Yeah, it looks like it's all the way over there. Honestly, I don't mind it being up right now because it'll make Gaze of Fury recharge in 10 seconds. And it's not like it's a huge deal either way. It's kind of a cool spot where you can see there's a there's a spot where I can get the camera angled up kind of nicely. You can see the portal on that other area. Kind of overlaid a bunch of stuff on top of each other, and it's really cool. Very strange sort of space. And I like that sort of surrealness that it has. Okay, that's not super useful, but whatever. Hey, Raza. Okay. Why did I have to spawn us on the other side? Oh, well. Chaplain, Ferratis. Before I accept this, I am going to put Aklas SK back in my party. So we can get those experience points at least. Okay. There's a couple of other outposts to go get, but it's fine. I don't need them right now. I wonder. An air mage would actually probably be a little bit better. I'm going to swap him out for Vac. Yeah, because Vac can use Lightning Strike, which is, as you might have noticed, a hex. And that synergizes quite nicely with the other hex stuff going on. The double soul barbs. I wonder if something like Whisper's Worry would be good for that because of the synergy there too. Actually, I might put in Whisper's Demise instead of Chaos Storm. go even necro heavier. I want to keep him around. I don't know. Norgu is also just very good for getting hexes spammed on things. Okay. Does it matter which one we do first between those two? Well, one of them is on my map and the other one isn't, so we're just going to go for the one that's on my map. I will be swapping over to Broadhead Arrow. My elite, which I don't like as much, but let's face it, I do kind of need it here. I'll probably go with Read the Wind. Well, okay. Yeah, this will be fine. I am making that change because I feel like Dunkor is probably an idiot who doesn't know how to use his spells properly. Yeah, that's it. It's like so much of Buildcraft with heroes is trying to take into account them being idiots, which is unfortunate, but also how it is. You coming, Deja? I don't need to talk to you, do I? No, you're following us. As we're arranging my water cups, as anybody who's watched one of my streams well knows, a regular activity for me. Where are you going? I was going to say, you should be coming over this direction, but you're kind of taking a weirdly broad path. I'm going to go fight random steel fangs for no good reason. Oh, I should... hang on. This on. I also need to go get that customized, but... Woo! I think I just killed the priest with Broadhead Arrow rather than just simply Daze. But that's how it goes sometimes, I guess. Hey, Deja, could you not Rurik this, please? Oh my goodness. Need charge to keep up with her. Oh, Talcora, you're not thinking this through properly. Managed to hit. Nice. The block doesn't really matter for most of my party, but... Played through Ruins of Sirmia again with a friend. The other day. Thinking about Prince Rurik. Running off ahead and getting himself killed. Thankfully he didn't on us, but... Certainly tried to at a few spots. Infuriating heat's what the weather is. Okay. Open the door, please. Thank you. Probably should have set Raza up so that way I could have some additional protection, but they have a Paragon that was in their party, I suspect. The Paragons have Cautery Signet, so it reduces the usefulness of Broadhead Arrow. Yeah, there's a Phalanx right there. As I suspected. Oh. Just saw Master of Whispers. It had a level up. Pretty ordinary stuff, I suppose. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. It's definitely like the drought is a right danger, so just thinking that I heard coins drop. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, part of me wishes I had brought Soul Twist, but oh well. Should be okay. Yeah. I was just thinking Master of Whispers is level 20, but I actually do want to bring him, or I have to bring him to Zaganir Bastion. Okay, well. Well, the good news is we are absolutely ending this guy's HP like nothing else. My goodness, he died quickly. Okay, well, whatever else you might say about my party, we certainly have the damage when we need it. Wow. I just chewed through guys right there. Man. Ebon is not useful, unfortunately, because of Ebon Dust Aura's changed to be a melee attack only affecting. Still. Okay. I think I have just 2 left, Nundu Bay and Zaganir Bastion. I don't have Zaganir Bastion on my map yet, but it's not too bad to get to from here. I don't really want Broadhead Arrow. I want to put Experts back on and Punishing Shot back on. I like this bar for the moment. I might change Master of Whispers around a little bit. I need 1 more level to make that attribute spread really work, huh? That's okay. Let's see. I actually kind of like the hex removal I've got going on Olivia. But I might drop this for Chillblains again. And go up that Chillblains. Beat level 8. I'm gonna give him Animate Shambling Horror as just like an additional source of stuff there. Yeah, let's roll with this. I could replace Parasitic Bond with Putrid Bile maybe, and that's probably good. Less frequently used, obviously, but the duration is probably preferable as well. I just like the idea of having a few minions around. Few more triggers for barbs, that sort of thing. Attract enemy attention. Fumbling Horror is certainly not the fastest one with that 25-second recharge, but because it leaves behind a Jagged Horror, I think is probably an okay choice. I don't know. Let's recharge on Vampiric. 15. Still kind of long. This one would be potentially arguably a good choice, but 8 feels a little bit too low to be useful. I don't know if this is a good idea or not, by the way. I'm just trying something. These guys are a real problem, so I'm not too broken up about my party struggling with them. I'll have to see how things actually go on the mission, though. Could be that bodes ill. But on the other hand, like Searing Flames plus E-Surge, like 3 E-Surge Mesmers and a Searing Flame Ellie is a heck of a thing for a party to absorb, so. should probably hit up the merchant first. This area is huge. It's great marshalling grounds, but it does take a while to walk across. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm almost done. ID kit, please. Thank you. Let's have the Milani one. I'm gonna use a very different comp then, because I'll be able to drop Master of Whispers for that, and I'm just gonna change a lot of things around then as a result. But I like the idea of finishing off all of this stuff, so. Okay, it doesn't probably matter too terribly much, but I like to send you guys off to the east. They're all over there, then they are all over there. We can all work together to defend it. There's an argument for wanting move speed buffs here as well, but again, I don't really have a... My setup is limited by what I have access to some extent. Thankfully, this gets us... Well, that's not the skill I was trying to use, but... Good, got their attention. I need to remember, there was a weapons person outside of this. If we get drop back in the outpost, need to remember to customize my horn bow that I just picked up. Generals, please, yes, no. Not yet? Okay. Well. Long range of that bow is nice, but it has some downsides, that's for sure. Hitting that hard going uphill is quite impressive, I think. Okay, generals have spawned in. This general is a little bit of an awkward one for us. I was not paying attention to it. We've got groups going down, so I need to go... clear them out. I don't want to take too long on any of this, though. This is a spot where having more of a full-fledged MM would be quite useful, actually. Okay. doesn't have enough minions to really be an MM worth thinking about here. Okay. That's what we needed there. Okay, good. They've cleared those out. They're holding things just fine. General Limtac is apparently decided to chill out alone. Yeah. Wasn't able to get Spellbreaker. I tried. Alright, let's get these guys out. Definitely can be a little bit to kind of like try to collect all of these and then sweep through, but I think those guys can hold things for now. Might be good to stop by the center bombard to see if there's anything we need to do to like reclaim it or whatever. Okay, yeah. Let's make sure we've fully captured this bombard. Master of Whispers. I want you to start taking your minions over there. Okay. Okay. I saw that level up. Now we're able to push the... Like, you have to go through quickly enough that the other guys don't, like, all die out. Well, I don't like Dunkoro randomly dying, but it could have been worse. Could have been Master of Whispers. And these Invoke Lightning bosses are no joke. Okay. Whew. All we had to do was kill the general, and the rest is gravy. Or automatic victory. So that's good. Masters on that. How are we doing on our Masters of... Lonian Protector mission? Yes, that makes sense. That would be Masters on... Okay, I've got 2 there. 1 there. And I think there's 1 more that I randomly didn't go quite my way. I think it might have been... Grand Court of Sibylka was a little bit wrong on the pacing. Okay, should be a weapons person around here somewhere, but oh, there it is. It's like I never look for this, so I was like, I have no idea where this is. What do you make? 15 well enchanted weapons. That's not bad, actually. Anyway, I'm going to customize this. Thank you. Yeah, nothing of note with any of these. Just sell them off to this merchant over here. Okay, now to finish this book off, I just need to do Nundu Bay. I have some Zaishin stuff to turn into. Oh, Forgotten Retribution. Yeah, I can turn that in also. Yeah, that'll give me 75, and this will give me 50, which is good. I'm not going to worry about doing those just yet. Turning things in just yet. Because I want to do that with... Okay, so I need to have Milani in my party. I want Livia. Donkoro. Elias, because I want minions. Margo and Gwen. Okay. So the presence of minions greatly raises the value of certain things. I don't really need Enfeebling Blood on her, so I'm going to give her Blood Bond instead. Leave Chillblains there. That's a good utility. Right. I was doing this weird smiting thing with Elias. I'm probably not going to keep doing the weird smiting thing with Elias. I'm probably going to do something more useful. I'll figure out what else I'm going to do with him in a moment, though. Honestly, I think I'm probably just going to... You don't need any curses here. Empathic removal. And, Rising Bile. Not really a... yeah, she's fine, though. Works with the barbs and all that. I'm gonna give him stolen speed, I think. Just a bit more broadly applicable, I feel, would be useful. I'm probably going to be dropping Antidote Signet for the stupid thing I have to bring with me, so that's fine. I'm okay with running the build this way. Okay. I'm going to do this, turn in some quests. And then we'll switch over to the Mesmer. Seems like a good plan to me. It's pretty Hornbow. I have not actually. I don't think I've unlocked Energy Boon yet on this account, and I've mostly just been playing here. Yes, that's nice. Tonkoro, energy storage. Yeah, I haven't even gotten it yet. So I'll need to. I'll need to see how it is because I've definitely been hearing some of that. Like, I know Healer's Covenant is like, oh wait, this is a good skill now. I still think it's like in my rating system. I think I might have given it a 1 before. I'd give it a 2 now. But that's the sort of 2 where it's like, yeah, it's you have to do a specific build to make it good, but it's quite solid in that build. So I've been very impressed with that. I'll need to give Energy Boon a try, though. I'm kind of running an R-Spike build right now. I know I've been really impressed with Marauder Shot after the update. It feels like it's in a good spot. The Disable is a real downside, but it's good enough that it's worth, like, working around. It works especially well with Barrage. Oh, yeah. That tons of HP is nice. The other one that I really want to test out, actually, in more detail, is Preservation, because getting Ritualist Heroes is a little bit of a pain in the butt. But Preservation, apparently actually, like, having smart targeting makes that skill a lot more interesting to me. I'm gonna need to do a loot collecting run here in a moment. Pickups are weird. This is the part where you use Chillblains, Livia. I don't know what you're on. Or whatever. Okay, well, he fell over. Okay, we're fighting this group now, I guess. But at least I stopped Aegis. Honestly, the minions are going to help a ton when we get the Ellie boss also. I forget all of the skills that they updated at this point. It's been long enough since I've actually looked at the list. It seems, according to YouTube's, like, monthly... Oh, here's the Ellie boss, speaking of which. That one was one of the better performing videos. This last period or whatever the update was in. Which doesn't surprise me. It's definitely... Like, the big thing that my YouTube channel is known for is my skill review project for Guild Wars 1, so it doesn't surprise me that people are like, we want the follow-up to that. The new player advice videos also was one that did fairly well. Actually, extraordinarily well as far as my channel is concerned. But it's interesting when it's like people are commenting, are you going to review the new updates? Or the updated skills? Like, oh, I guess I did kind of let myself on the hook for that, didn't I? Yeah. But it's fun to do, so I don't mind. Okay, Harbinger of Twilight, get in here. Did we hit him? No, we did not. That's one of the annoying things about this is because it's a projectile, it can miss in the same ways that projectiles can. So now that I've hit him, this guy's about to explode in a pile of damage. As you can clearly see. Okay, random cleric. I don't want you here. Yeah, I know. There's a group coming in down the middle. Moving to intercept. Zealot Shioli. Yeah, there's a Aegis floating around. I see the... We've got a bunch coming in over that way as well. I wonder what we got on that. Clarity, eh? Not bad by any means. I think the problem that I have with those is I tend to just want cleanses over duration affecting effects. Something as strong as like recovery can be good enough, but I really like aggro this entire area, huh? Well, I've cleared it out now. So that's something. Okay, sure, we can run around the outside. I think I had the dialogue that's like... Yeah. Go down this way. As it were. One nice thing by going around that side... Wow, that just tanked my FPS for some random reason. It did break heal aggro, I guess you might call it, with Elder Jonah, which is good. It feels weird to call it heal aggro, but I don't know what else to call it, so... But it's possible that he can like follow you down around here, and that tends to be bad for his health. So I like to avoid that if possible. No Aegis. I can take you out without Aegis, but... Or no Abaddon's favor. Okay, let's go take out the other two extra ones. Toothy. No, not wrong, Giant. A vial of purified water, straight from our spring. We've got both of the Harbingers over here. That's kind of funny, actually. This guy's tanky. Boy. There's something tragic about a monk being almost the last one standing. I thought it was the last one standing because I didn't see the ranger behind it, but still it's kind of funny. I've always considered this one easier than Generous Horde. But, like, once you know what you're doing, Generous Horde's not actually that bad. It's just, you really have to camp the, or, like, keep an eye out for the spawn groups that run down the middle. So it's very easy to have that one go very poorly if you're not paying attention. Nice. Got him down in one cycle. That's very, very handy.
You were right.
Yeah, she was right. Blah, blah, blah. She's very excited. Indicated, justified, whatever. Okay. That's probably not worth anything, but it's worth checking to make sure. Need to do a few more things on this character later. This is full, which is good news. I'm going to give it into hand it over in the Chantry of Secrets, but I will absolutely take it to the bank, as it were. Ebon Axe Haft. There is some potential use to an Ebon Axe Haft. Do I want to hang on to it now? I don't know. It's like, it's one of those things where I'll probably be able to get one later if I need one later eventually. But it is here now, so I'm just going to hang on to it for the time being. Yes, please take this. Oh man, my Lightbringer's almost 5. That's nice. Very high. Okay. That also had the benefit of opening up a little bit of inventory space, which is neat. Okay. There are a bajillion more things to do on this character. Let's do this, actually. There's like 2 things that I kind of want to do right now. Do I have any other heroes that need levels? No. I want to go turn in Forgotten Retribution. Lair of the Forgotten. Here, heroes I don't believe get experience from books, so like I wasn't missing out on any, but they do get experience from quests, so it's a little bit wonky. A little bit, anyway. Like, we're a long way away from caring about elemental weapons on my warrior for, like, being able to use Ebon Dust Aura. It's like, well, I theoretically want the ability to use Ebon Dust Aura on an axe. Yeah, probably someday, but, like, it is... We're far from that right now. Okay, Zenshu, give me the stuffs. Yeah. Rank 5 Lightbringer? That's what we're talking about. Okay, that's also enough that I can turn them in for another set of 5 of these. What was the 10? So I have 2 gold coins right now. Okay, so I need 50 silver to be able to get a large equipment pack. Heavy is like worth it and not worth it, and costing 3 times as much is definitely not worth it at this phase of like my characters' careers. But I do think saving up from large to light of 10 to 15 with large is worth it. So that is ultimate goal. Envoy Scythe, I've never gotten it in Guild Wars 1, but I do have it in Guild Wars 2. Whatever that means. It's really funny because it is a staff skin when there is an Envoy staff skin. You know, Guild Wars be Guild Wars, and also I got some levels on Sosuke there, which is nice. Okay. There's definitely more things to be doing on this character in terms of like a few more ranger skills to get and such, but I want to spend some time on my Mesmer, so that is what we're going to do now. Good old Perdition Rock. I don't even know what I was doing here. I was probably getting a skill off of Dak. There's a number of these that, though they might be unlocked on other characters, I will eventually want them on this one. But I don't want to spend the funds on that now. I don't think I have Echo unlocked yet, do I? No. I could go and try to get it here, but it's a general skill that you can get in other places, and they are less awful to cap in. Okay, I think my main priority right now is, yeah, continuing over here. This is probably fine. Probably. Let's use it anyway. Okay, I need to go up to Sifhala. Probably. How do I want to? Maybe I'll take the. There's a more southern route that you can take here that leads over to Olafstead. Or that way. I think. I don't know. I know the route to Sifhala, so I probably will just do that. This character is already a Sunspear commander, so that's promising.
Are you hunting something?
What am I using? Well, that's dubious, but fine. Compared to some of the staves I've used, it's downright good. I might try going more direct too. Okay, that one's... Boy, having to calibrate my brain a little bit to the skill bar because I was just ranging like a bunch, so... Like, I kind of want to go more directly to Tarnished Coast or certain areas. L. I kept, like, expecting to do something and I kept not doing something. Oh, I've got Zenmai in my party. Interesting. Spicy a little bit, too. Actually, if she's doing... I don't have Siphon Speed yet, and that's also probably not Shadow Arts, isn't it? It's probably... Oh, yeah. If anybody needs some playtime, it is my poor neglected assassin, to be honest. Like... Yeah, that's what I thought. Plague of Destruction, the heck? Veldulfs, this is where Fenrir is, yeah. That's what I was thinking. Kind of a path through here, so... Primal Rage is a very poor choice of skill to use when you're getting hexed like that. I do need to try out Primal Rage. I don't think that Veldulf is beating our minions. It did not. Getting Livia is also nice, but my number one priority right now is... Ooh, blew that right up. It'll come off of us eventually. Just give it a little bit of time, I say. A lot of mandragores over here. I don't usually go this way, so I'm not as familiar with what enemies are in the area. It's kind of nasty. A lot of days spam I'm noticing in particular. Daggers. Nice. What do we got? Okay. Well, that's some nice 340 gold. That's for sure. I mean, it's arguably somewhat similar to her inherent, the one she came with. But not like better by that much margin. Okay. Left a bear dancer. Not beard dancer. Like a necromancer. A beard mancer. How's that? That's
Who goes there?
Yay, 20 reputation points. Woo. Varjar Fells. Where on earth does this let us out in? Okay, kind of this quadrant up here. Not far from there, actually. That's more or less the same path, I guess, maybe? I might get it Norm Barrett again. Okay, maybe not.
Why are you here?
I was too aggressive
Never anger a Nor.
with my cry of frustration, and I did not interrupt him successfully as a result. Okay. Let's go. Lots of map to uncover. Okay. just kind of following this. I don't know. I don't know this spot super well. I admit. Delicious, delicious water. Okay, everyone, let's go down the hill towards Fea Vonir. Vonir? I don't know. Now I'm thinking about Dark Souls 3 boss, which I've not played Dark Souls 3 in quite some time. Quite frankly, for me, it was like it did some really cool stuff, but because of how linear and whatnot it was, I just find it at least interesting of them. And like I felt like the gameplay was the most refined in terms of the combat systems and stuff. But then a little game called Elden Ring came out and eclipsed what that one did. So in terms of gameplay systems, so it's like what reason? Like I might play Dark Souls 3 again someday, but like I don't feel as much of a like urge to do so as I do like Dark Souls 1, maybe Dark Souls 2 even. And ice imps are such a pain in the butt. I wonder if they're really vulnerable to backfire. No. I definitely feel like Diversion is a spell that I underrate. It's actually not bad of a route overall, though. Yeah, it has its own flaws, but it certainly has not been terrible. Okay, well, I needed to wait longer before applying that. It's weird. I don't expect necromancers to want to run up to things in melee range, but here they are. Though speaking of which, I do need to hop on my ranger and grab a few more skills at some point. And that includes the necromancer, some necromancer stuff, but... Oh, we had a bear dancer, now we have a bear tamer.
Never anger a Norn.
It does disappoint me a little bit that Guild Wars 2 lost the, like, become the bear stuff that was... Like, it's more prevalent in core Guild Wars 2, but, like, as you go, the Norn feel less like Guild Wars 1 Norn. It feels like their priorities shift and change and stuff, so... Hello, Olafstead. Yeah, I got such a late start. Definitely going later today than I normally would as a result. Or later into the day, I should say. That's how it goes, though. All of my characters seem to be carrying vast quantities of random nonsense around.
Are you hunting something?
Yes, I'm hunting deals. Do you have deals? Hmm. Got some Emperor Nero in my pocket. Let's put it away. Not everyone will get that joke. I hope that those who do appreciate it. I don't know why I have this in my bank. Crystalline swords used to be like the prestige item because getting a good one was really difficult and such. I don't know if that fell away or not at any point in time though. I know the skins in Guild Wars 2 as well, where it is equally stupid looking. I never quite understood its prestige value. I think it is the example of people will use things.
Never anger a Norn.
Yeah, Norn definitely felt like they had a little bit more character in Guild Wars 1 than they do in Guild Wars 2. But yeah. Yeah. As far as like comparing the Norn to Char, Sylvari, and Asura, they definitely feel like the least interesting of them, right? And like I understand why Guild Wars 2 didn't make racial skills good. I wish they'd make them at least usable feeling. A lot of times they just feel utterly terrible. But it would have been nice if like somehow become the animal felt like it was more of an important mechanic in Guild Wars 2, but it is what it is.
Why are you here? Never anger a Norn.
Yeah, I'm glad I did not have more kills than that, honestly. I was talking about something and I have completely dropped my train of thought, but that's okay. Okay. I see you over there. You can't get away from me. Wahaha. No, no denying him that hex, thanks. They have both Healing Hands and Healing Seed. Why? Oh, this group has also decided it wants to fight us, so... Mysterious the Mighty. It's not too pompous of a name, I suppose. Where do you think you're going? Ooh, 100 and some odd gold. I like never use these scrolls. Yeah, 100 gold. They're worth like 100 and 125, 150 gold, depending upon which one you get. And it's always like, ooh, that's a nice little chunk of change. More than anything else when I get one. I definitely picked this hairstyle for how it looks from the front rather than how it looks from the back. All I am going to say about that hairstyle right now. I get it. Like, the side profile is not bad. It's just like, it looks a little silly from the back, I think. Yeah, it would be nice to have a little bit more. Like, here's the thing, though. We know from that Future of the Guild Wars franchise video that ArenaNet released, what, a week ago, roughly? Has that been all it's been? Something like that? Anyway, we know from that video that they are working on something for Guild Wars 1. That sounds like it's more content. But they have also been, to put it mildly, extremely vague about what it is. It's just that they are working on something. Man, friggin' Jotner. Quite the challenge to work through. I certainly don't expect
Never anger a Norn.
too much fashion-wise anytime soon. It's like, what resources do they have available to them and such? You know, this is something limited. Yeah, that's the thing, is we can speculate all we want, but like, who knows? They've hinted that they're working on something.
I'm busy.
And that's it. I would like them to repurpose the guild halls somehow, or allow us to be able to do more with the guild halls. Just because, like, guild halls are cool, but there's also not, like, they're useful little outposts, obviously, but there's a lot of space in them for guild versus guilding, GVGing, and it's something that would be nice to be able to do more with, but yeah, increasing access to more of the already existing hairstyles is certainly an option. Honestly, I think with this character's hairstyle, there's some shading stuff that might be able to help with it. Because, like, it looks better when I'm closer up, but when I'm a little far away, it loses enough detail that I'm like, don't know what I think of this. That's true. One of the challenges, though, in this game in particular, is that NPCs aren't always like, they kind of have a weight system a little bit like Guild Wars 2, but they don't always have, or like it's bi gender or whatever, to some extent as well. Like, I'm thinking of Jade Brotherhood, for example, whereas Guild Wars 1 is very clearly defined by profession armor sets. But I could see them potentially trying out some sort of, like, additional outfits, maybe. But I think people at this point would probably be more interested in, like, gameplay. Or at least that's where I'm at. Your mileage may vary. I definitely hit the wrong button there. Malaise, you say? Lazy. But like, you know, elementalists have wanted element. Oh man, they actually cast Wither. Have wanted elementalist Azir's armor for ages, as an example. I feel like I'm wandering through this map kind of weirdly, but this is just a very weirdly designed map. So. But like the challenge is they might not have a male version of Elementalist Azir's armor. It really does take quite some time to get to where I'm trying to go, doesn't it? Withdraw hexes is 1,000 times better now. I still don't think it's designed the way that I ideally want it designed, but it is so much more usable. I kind of want to hop on my assassin and just buy a bunch of assassin non-elite skills.
Oh, great. Another boot gun.
Only 8 kills, huh? I feel like it was more than that, but I did dodge a lot of enemies, so that probably checks out. Oops, sorry there. Bumped the microphone by accident. Happens sometimes. Try to avoid it, but you know. Oh man, Egon, how's your furrowed finger?
You need me?
For those who don't get the joke, it was from the Elden Ring DLC. Might be, it's definitely spelled different, but it's a character with a similar-ish name. I might want to trying to decide if I want to switch out Aura of Faith for something else. I could go like Mark of Protection and potentially. Let's try it. Let's try Mop. That's another skill that got buffed like crazy. Like absolute bonkers levels of buffage. Why does this feel different than normal? Excuse me. Well, I guess I need to go this way, huh? Should have seen Chillblains happening early enough to be able to do something about it, but I did not. Yeah, I know what you mean. There a lot of the I understand where they're coming from of not wanting to have mess with what people are used to with the meta too much. But I agree with you. At the same time, like, I wouldn't mind, like, there's a lot, like, Mesmer stuff is complicated because there's a reason why I ended up buffed too far as well. I am getting absolutely wrecked here by an Earth Ellie. And I do like the idea of making underused skills more appealing. I think that's a good goal. Like, I'm kind of in favor of those things, but yeah, I'm with you. It's like, I don't necessarily want everything pushed to the absolute edge. I think that creates its own set of problems. And I would be happy with seeing more things toned down to bring things in line. Like, one of the big ones is, I can't really show right now because I have 7 dagger attacks, but, or no, 6 dagger attacks and dagger mastery or whatever. But like, Death Blossom is just way too good at everything that it does, and like, I don't know what nerfs I'd specifically want to apply to it because I don't want to bury the skill. But like, I'd probably increase the recharge to like 4 seconds, 5 seconds, somewhere in there. I know the PvP version is like a 6-second recharge, but I'd increase the recharge a bit, and I'd get rid of the direct target damage, so it's just AoE. Right, so it just has the AoE. I would push some other skill, some other dual attack to be the like low recharge one. Right, that's like, but it would be one that has like no other beneficial properties. I could honestly see there's an argument for making Ninetail Strike that. I think I would have to look at all of the dagger attacks is the real answer there, because I'd have to figure out which one would be the best candidate. But I'd be trying to figure out what roles would they have. Yeah, that's the problem, is Death Blossom does literally everything. It has the lowest recharge, it has really good plus damage, it does an AoE. There's nothing that comes close to competing on any of those. Like, in single target damage, technically, like, Twisting Fangs is better because of the deep wound. But it's also 10 energy, has a 15-second recharge, and is in, like, critical strikes. So it's like, it didn't used to be in critical strikes, by the way. But you know, it's just the sort of thing where, is this the spot with a boulder? My brain is saying yes. But it might also be slightly later. It is, in fact, the boulder spot. I was correct. Like, a lot of the problem is the assassin dagger spam is just a little too good relative to everything else that you can do with daggers. Okay. And I think that there are ways that you could, like, go about addressing it, but you kind of want to make sure it's not in a way that completely invalidates daggers as a weapon. And that's what's tricky. Oh, Verada's aura. Well, that's just rude. Yeah. Like, the problem isn't that dagger spam exists as a build, it's that it's so good to do that you don't really have a whole lot of other options of what to do on Assassin. And, like, part of the problem, too, is that the game doesn't value single target damage very well. And it's not that it's not good, but it's like AoE is almost always better because you're getting a higher overall damage output. So it's like the circumstances where single target damage is good are like fighting Abaddon, for example. Well, here's the thing about balance, though, is I'm a firm believer that balance is subjective. It is... You can't say, like... There's all sorts of factors that affect it. And, like, what somebody wants, what somebody thinks is fun to do, affects their perception of what balance looks like. So there's no, like, one-size-fits-all to balance. Okay, well, I stopped some of those. Verada's Aura would have been good to stop too, but... What you gonna do? It's like that also just makes things difficult. And, like... The other thing, too, is one of the things that's really tricky is making stuff useful in this game. Like, given its design, the AI just needs to be so much more intelligent. But the problem is, too, is, like, you can make certain things better by making battles slower and more drawn out. And that's not necessarily what we want, right? We don't necessarily want to have every encounter last for 5 minutes. To be able to get, like, more value out of certain types of skills.
Oh, great. Another booker. The destroyers have followed us to the surface.
Yes, they're made of
We
stone
need to
and
retake
fire.
our lands. The sun on the surface is too bright.
A wall. A big wall will keep them out.
What is this?
Typical Asura meeting. You get 3 Asura together, you get 4 opinions.
Everyone, enough! Our immediate threat is the destroyers. I propose that we pool our talents to create a superior weapon.
What do you have in mind, ma'am?
We gather our finest minds. Ula would be the best choice to build a mobile spellworking platform.
I know where Ula is. She's squirreled away in her lab.
We'd also need Gad. He knows the most about...
Okay, whatever. I don't feel like watching these right now. Okay. Thanks for dropping by, Paint2D. I appreciate it.
Be careful.
Oh, great. Another booker.
Hang on, let me think.
Okay, I want to go towards a little help. Highly salvageable, eh? $38 wood. You know, I was kind of hoping that would be steel ingots, but I guess I'll have to accept what I was given. I do appreciate the deposit all materials button.
I'm busy.
Okie doke. Yeah, I'm gonna go out that way. I probably want to go over to Ratasum and then down, is that right? Something like that, maybe?
You need me?
I do. I need you to give me this bounty thingy, which you did. So, we're good. Boy, I want Ineptitude. Ineptitude makes Gwen's bar significantly better. I go probably right. Around over there, maybe? I don't remember. Well, what was that rudeness, huh? Oh my goodness. Those are some serious lightning orbs. We've definitely aggroed more air ellies than one would like. And we're whittling our way through them, but... Dear goodness, what do you do when you're being hit for like 300 damage? I wish when I was playing Ellie I could do that, but... Zenmai? Zenmai was the one you chose, huh? Interesting choice. Well, you took out an enemy. You know, I'm going to be blunt here. I think this is a higher priority than Resurrection. I don't think Zenmai can solo this thing. Yeah. Look, the simple fact of the matter is, we were coded in Air Elementalists, and we killed all but one, so that's honestly not bad. They absolutely ruined us, though. That's for sure. Great Neil Center. Frustrating. Because of Metamorphosis. Rising Bile on somebody. I don't like Zenmai's death penalty. That's a little extreme. I do not need to get revenge on those crate. An appealing idea, but it's not really an important one. Yeah. Ah, Incubi, why? Good. Did something that triggered mistrust. Not really the best target for mistrust here. It's Dervish. Dervishes are not really good mistrust targets. Flare. Oh, that's monkey see, monkey do. Of course. Sasuke becomes less useful as soon as we're fighting destroyers. I need to remember that. Yeah, I'm going to take a moment and stretch. There we go. That feels good. Starting to feel a little stiff or whatever. sitting in this spot for so long. Great conch. Ah, it's a spirit of recuperation, eh? And it is getting way too friggin' warm. What a neat view out over there. Elias, I'm gonna have to ask you to move your pile of undead so I can get a nice screenshot of this view that is not filled with your minions. Thank you. I don't come over this way super often, so it's like I avoid it or something. Yeah, summer's really starting to ramp up. It feels like. Well, our weather's been really on a yo-yo. I should not have Spirit Bond on her bar. Unfortunately, I've talked about this so many times. I'm sure people are a little tired of hearing about it, but our house's like ventilation system and ability to sort of manage its temperature is just not great. So my room tends to get overly hot pretty easily, and not a whole lot I can do about it, unfortunately. Okay, we maybe over aggroed these guys, which is not really great, but it is what it is. Okay, aggro broke. Yeah, look how many dudes are here. This is just way too many. Oh, this is just kind of a disgusting number of monkeys. What the heck? Why is there a monkey convention here? Yeah, we'll see if they can take this group. Nope, that's fine. Not ideal. Like, this is going terribly, but... I'd be going better if I had Ineptitude. Which is why I'm going to go get Ineptitude right now. I wanted to go check to see what heroes I had unlocked, but obviously I can't do that in the middle of a map like this. How long have I been here? 10 minutes? That's not terrible. Felt like longer. Smash Death penalty is just bad, though. Then Mai can barely do anything before she gets smushed. Yeah, Spirit Bond was absolutely a mistake. I'm going to just disable Spirit Bond for right now. I think it's doing us more harm than good. I did not look at her bar at all. Yeah, she should have Shield of Absorption on there somewhere. How about you don't resurrect them? Monkey Seed, Monkey Dude. Empathic removal, which is fine, I guess. Don't like you using Splinter Weapon and random enemy here. Level 18 spirits are pretty high. Nah, can't do that with Shock. Shock is a skill, not a spell. Leave. Yeah, talk about dense with enemies.
Here comes trouble.
Well, that's nice. The problem is Talcor is burning all of our energy on Spirit Bonds and unable to do anything else. Okay. Well, we made it to Riven Earth, which is nice, I guess.
Here comes trouble.
It's good. It's good to be out here, but I'm definitely gonna want to tweak my team a little bit more. Consuming Spirit Collar seems overkill. Excuse me. Random tickle in my throat. Okay. Step 1, talk to Rank. Stop 2, go to Radisum. Step 2? Not stop. Stop 2, whatever.
Oh, great. Another booker.
Yes. Their expertise will be invaluable, etc. Twisting Jaws is a heck of a skill. I feel like interrupting and disrupting stab is a good way to slow down these guys' actions.
Oh, great. Another buka.
Dalcora is an idiot. I needed to remember that. She likes to use marker protection on minions that are dying, and it's just like, this does absolutely nothing. It's like the minion is dying because it's degenerating to death. This is nothing to help with that. Do I have... over there? Hang on. No. I was looking to see if I had a bounty for Joff's Mitigator, which I believe is in this general area, like up there somewhere, but I don't, and I could be wrong. It's been a long time since I've hunted him down, so I don't remember for sure. I'll be back down this way, I think, soon, because there's the portal. Zenmai is instantly dead, which doesn't surprise me. But that should head down to the place I need to head towards to get towards Ineptitude. I'm thinking it might be a little bit of a shorter stream today. It's just getting really hot in here and such. So I do want to go capture Ineptitude. But I might wrap up after doing so. It's kind of the mood of the day. Yeah, go for it. Distract them. I'm leaving my heroes behind because I do not care at this point. My goal is solely to get into Ratasum. It's right over here. I'm going to talk to this guy first, though.
Here comes trouble.
Somehow Elias is the survivor, which I'm not sure what to make of that. Okie doke. I need a signet of capture. I think I'm going to drop Mistrust for it. It's a little bit of a tough choice. Can't put calculated risk on a bar that already has calculated risk on it. That's redundant. Okay. I'm gonna just drop these. I'm gonna give her this because she's being a bit goofy about how she's doing stuff. Weaker minion, but I think a little bit better here. I could rather run Phoenix and Fireball. Liquid Flame, I think I'd rather run Fireball than Liquid Flame, though. Maybe I'll run Meteor, actually. Oh, yeah. Get a little Shock Arrow. Lightning Orb. And his damage capability is at a reasonable spot. I'd give him Whirlwind, but he'd be stupid about it, so I don't want to. I think Arc Lightning might be better than Lightning Orb. It probably doesn't need Glyph of Lesser with Shock Arrow. I'm gonna try Lightning Javelin. Or maybe I should give him... Yeah, it's not like we have that many hexes we're running into, though. And I've got plenty of ways of dealing with them besides. Well, hopefully that's effective, is all I can say. Yeah, I don't care about any of this right now. I know where I'm going. I'm going to go there.
Why are you bothering me?
Okay. Rather... it's going to be impossible to not fight both, isn't it? Well, maybe it will actually be possible to slip through here. If we had minions, it'd probably be a more challenging to do that little stealth operation I just pulled off, but we don't have minions, so I'm good. Okay, looks like I've been able to successfully Metal Gear my way around everything, so that's good. It'll Alcazia Tingle? Alcazia? I don't know. I don't need to go towards where Rank is because he's not here.
I'm busy.
Need to go down towards the corner. I'm not sure if I'm going to run into the boss before I get to Tarnished Haven, but I'm planning on ending in Tarnished Haven. And, like, if I find the boss first, like, I will go to Tarnished Haven still, of course. It's near there anyway. This is why I wanted Mistrust over. I had like no energy left. I'll take the skill point. I don't really know where I'm going, by the way. I mean, I know the general direction of where I'm going, but this is not a map that I am super experienced with.
You need me?
Nope. I don't. Not at this time. Yeah, we do need to go into Tango territory. I know that much. I'd rather not fight two groups at once, however, if I can avoid it. If you're going to use dual shot. Okay, well, this has gotten a little bit out of control. Okay. Little focus on fighting these enemies, figuring out what's important where. I will absolutely take these feathers. I just have to extract them from it, you know. You know how it goes. Is it up this way? I think so. Why is this swinging like a pendulum? Mysteries abound. Minor illusion magic. That may have some use. I'm definitely taking some sort of stealthy path through here that I'm not used to succeeding at. Or using. Or whatever. I think I normally have come... Yeah, because I normally come through here in a much more southern, like, course of action because of going to talk to Rank first, so... No, no, that, please. I don't 100% know where I'm at. How does this geography even work? Whatever, I'm going to go up this way. I really didn't need you metering us, but here we are. Wonder if you can get fur from expert salvaging simian fur. This would be an interesting question. Maybe, but I certainly didn't that time, and I don't feel like doing it to more of them. Whoop. Where am I? Where am I in relation to anything? We're just going to keep going. Okay, looks like we're getting close to the outpost, which makes sense. That would not have worked even if I had timed it properly. Okay, well, I can at least grab a bounty from here. If this gives me...
Oh, great. Another
Okay.
Boca.
I'm going to go walk into town, and then I'm going to walk back out and make my way down there, which is where I believe the boss is. I do feel like my team comp is better than it was, at least.
You need me?
I'm not entirely surprised I didn't quite get there. I came at it at a very different angle than I typically do. You know what? I've made a slight decision. I think after I do this, I'm going to go hop onto my assassin and see about buying a bunch more assassin skills since I have funding for it. And looking at the number of assassin skills I've unlocked makes me sad. Just so few, you know? Quetzal Stark and Quetzal Dark. Quetzal Dark are... Necromancers. Keen are, I believe, they're Mesmers, probably. Or maybe it's Slice that are? Here's the boss I need, Camel the Inept. We will curve around and hunt it down. Okay, maybe not as much as I was hoping, but... Okay. We're fighting this group first. There's just no two ways around it. Oh, Keen are the Rangers. Okay, Sly must be there. Actually, need to be careful about attacking with Kemmel the Inept being here. Oh, okay. Stopping Ether Feast is good. Don't know why it's not wanting that yet. There we go. I've been wanting that at bare minimum unlocked for ages now, so it's good to have it. There's some other skills to go capture, but we'll worry about that later. I also don't feel like dealing with this inventory right now, so we're not going to. Instead, we're going to hop onto this very sad assassin. And we're going to go to Kainang Center. And we're going to open up a Streamlight chest and grab like a bunch of money. And then we're going to go spend that money on a bunch of skills because my goodness is my supply of assassin skills pathetic. And it makes me sad looking at it. And I want to do something about it. So I'm going to. Also, what the heck is that Zenmai bar? Crippling Anguish, Illusion of Weakness, Distortion. Yeah, weird bar. Weird bar be weird. I don't know, like 20 plat. Need to get him sometime, right? Yeah, critical defenses is good. Weapon daggers. I don't know where I got Jungle Strike unlocked, but... Oh, ha! It's not money I ran out of, it's literally skill points. Okay. Well, I bought a bunch of assassin skills, so... there's... the funds that I have returned. And some Jade Bracelets for my Jade Bracelet pile. What is the state of my armor here? Oh, have I just not, like, set you up? Shadow Arts. Oh, I must have just gotten her max armor and I didn't fully finish setting her up. That makes a degree of sense. You have a critical... No, you need a critical strikes rune too. What the heck? Okay, hang on. I need to fix this. Mitsunari. Gonna be less than a platinum. Minor critical strikes. 240 gold. That's not bad. Definitely some like variations that I might want for certain things, but okay. That is, it's not 100% there, but like that's better. That is decidedly less bad. He's a little baby, doesn't have very many skill points obtained yet, but we'll fix that over time. Zuna Square, you say? Yeah, that seems about right. Okay. Well, with that gigantic pile of assassin skills unlocked, yay. I feel mildly better, but I still need more, so I'm not 100% sure what I'll do next time. I know it's a little bit short of a stream, but like I said, I'm kind of inclined to wrap up here, so I am going to do so. I will be back like usual next week, barring unforeseen circumstances. Hopefully I'm able to start a little bit earlier Today was definitely a little bit wonky in that regard, but it happens sometimes. Anyway, until next time, everyone, thank you all very much for watching. Take care, and goodbye.